I didn't notice 98 until I started losing time. Not hours, decades. I'd look in the mirror and see a stranger, older, grayer. The face was mine, but the years weren't. I was 34. The face in the mirror was 50. I touched my cheek. The skin was slack. The eyes were tired. I blinked. The face was young again. I told myself it was a trick of the light. I told myself a lot of things. The first time I lost a whole day, I was at work. I sat down at my desk at 9 a.m. I blinked. It was 5 p.m. My co-workers were leaving. I had no memory of the 8 hours in between. My computer showed no activity. My phone had no calls. My coffee mug was empty. I asked my boss if I'd been in a meeting. He said I'd been sitting at my desk, staring at the wall for 8 hours. He said I looked like I was sleepwalking. He suggested I see a doctor. I saw a neurologist. She did an EEG. She said my brain waves were normal. She said I might be having absence seizures. She prescribed medication. The medication made the time loss worse. I'd lose whole weekends, whole weeks. I'd wake up on a Tuesday convinced it was Friday. My wife would show me the calendar. The days were gone, erased, like someone had taken a whiteout pen to my life. On the 98th day of the time loss, I found the photographs. They were in a shoebox in my attic. The box was labeled 98 in marker. I didn't remember putting it there. I opened it. Inside were photographs, hundreds of them, all of me, at every age. But the ages were wrong. There was a photograph of me as a baby, dated 1926. There was a photograph of me as a teenager, dated 1944. There was a photograph of me as a young man, dated 1968. There was a photograph of me as a middle-aged woman, dated 1983. There was a photograph of me as an old man, dated 2001. I looked at the most recent photograph. It was me, today, but the date was 2098. 98 years from now. I dropped the photographs. They scattered on the floor. Each one showed a different version of me. Different ages, different genders, different eras. But the same eyes, the same tired, lost eyes. That night, I dreamed of a room. The room was filled with clocks, hundreds of clocks. Each clock showed a different time. Each clock was set to a different year, 1926, 1944, 1968, 1983, 2001, 2098. They all ticked at different speeds, some fast, some slow, but all of them were missing a number, the number between 97 and 99. 98, a figure stood in the center of the room. It was tall, thin, its face was a blur, but its hands were clear, old hands, veined, holding a pocket watch. The watch had no numbers, just a single digit, 98. 98, it said, the number of the loop. You have been living the same life for 98 times, not the same details, the same arc, born, grow, love, lose, die, repeat. Each time you forget, each time you start over, each time the loop tightens. And now you are on the 98th, the last. After this, the loop closes, and you become the clock, the one who counts, the one who waits, the one who never lives. I asked how to break the loop. The figure held up the pocket watch. The second hand was ticking backward. You have 98 seconds, it said. 98 seconds to remember, not the details, the pattern, the thing you do in every life that keeps you trapped, the fear you never face, the love you never confess, the apology you never make. If you remember, you can break the loop. If you forget, the loop will close, and you will be the clock, counting, waiting, forever. The seconds ticked. I closed my eyes. I searched my memories, not the ones from this life, the ones from the lives before, the photographs, the faces, the eras. I saw myself as a baby in 1926. I saw myself as a teenager in 1944. I saw myself as a young man in 1968. I saw myself as a middle-aged woman in 1983. I saw myself as an old man in 2001. And I saw the pattern. In every life I had done the same thing. I had run. When love was offered, I ran. When truth was demanded, I ran. When forgiveness was possible, I ran. I ran from everything. And at the end of each life, I died alone. Not because I was unloved, because I was afraid. I opened my eyes. The figure was waiting. The pocket watch had 90 seconds left. I know what I have to do, I said. Not remember. Act in this life, right now, before the loop closes. The figure nodded. It handed me the pocket watch. The second hand was ticking forward now. 98 seconds, 97, 96. Then go, it said. The loop is not broken by remembering, it's broken by doing. Go. Do the thing you've never done. Say the words you've never said. Be the person you've never been. Before the seconds run out, I woke up in my bed. The clock on my nightstand said 9:80. No, 9:80 isn't real. But the digits were there. 9 and 8. 98. I got up. My wife was still sleeping. I looked at her. She was beautiful. She had been beautiful for 15 years. I had never told her. Not really. Not the way she deserved. I woke her up. She blinked. What's wrong? Nothing, I said. Everything. I need to tell you something. I told her everything. The fear, the running, the loop, the photographs, the dreams, the 98 lives. She's listened. She didn't interrupt. She didn't call me crazy. When I finished, she was quiet for a long time. Then she took my hand. I know, she said. I've always known, not about the lives, about the fear. I've seen it in your eyes, the way you pull away, the way you hold back. I've been waiting, not for you to change, for you to trust me. To let me in, I cried. She held me. The clock ticked, the seconds ran out, but nothing happened. The loop didn't close. The figure didn't appear. The photographs in the attic were gone. The shoebox was empty. I was here, in this life, with this woman, and for the first time, I wasn't running. That was a year ago. I still see the number 98 sometimes. On the clock at 9:80? No, but on receipts. On license of books. It doesn't scare me anymore. It reminds me that I have 98 lives behind me, and one life ahead, this one. The one I'm living now. The one where I stay. Where I love, where I don't run. I'm writing this because I need someone to know, not to warn you. To tell you that the number is not a curse. It's a count. A count of the times you've had the chance to change, and the times you've chosen to stay the same. You can keep running, you can keep hiding, you can keep living the same life over and over, or you can stop. You can face the thing you're afraid of. You can say the words. You can be the person you've never been. The loop is not eternal. It's a choice you make every day, every moment, every breath. You can break it, not by remembering. By doing, I did. You can too, 988. It's not the end. It's the last chance before the end. Take it. I took mine. I woke up. I spoke. I loved. I stayed. The clock is still ticking, but it's ticking forward, not backward, into a future I'm not running from, into a life I'm finally living. 988. It's the number of the door, and doors are meant to be opened. I opened mine. Now it's your turn. The seconds are ticking. Don't let them run out.